All right. Now, I've had this thumbnail. I always do this, man. I always do this. I've had this thumbnail for a really long time, right? And like the thumbnail you saw for this video, right? And it's been bugging me because, you know, as the game has gone on, like I made this thumbnail. I'll see if I can date it. Hang on a sec. So I made this thumbnail on the 7th of September. Right? Made it on the 7th of September. Okay. Now, what I'm curious about, because this was before the early access. When was the early? The game came in 19th, the 15th, 14th, 15th. Yeah, so this is before the early access. But obviously everything was available on the store. Now at that point, it was 6 of 7. Okay, but now it's 7 of 8. But there is no 8th content to view. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even when you click on browse, it only shows the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is no 8th DLC, 8th piece of content. Now that we are 2 seasons in, now that we have the character select screen modified, still with a dragon box, if you will, now dead smack in the middle. I think, and this is just a humble opinion, a couple of things could happen. I think it's a secret character. I think that somehow, you know, at the very best of their talent, they have managed to hide the existence of some secret unlockable character. Or, simply put, that the character isn't even available, you know, like there's not even a smidgy of hint about what it's for. And that the character itself will actually come in with, say, and this is my other opinion, it'll come in with Sub-Zero's season, which starts, you know, next month. Christmas month, right? Sub-Zero. Who does he become? He becomes Noob Saibot. We've been hearing rumors for a while that apparently Noob is going to be a character, and that character will actually be, you know, you'll recognize this Noob, but he's going to look a lot different. So, you know, I don't know if they'll make him more like a Wraith type character. That'd be kind of cool. Rather than a ninja, I don't know. I'm not against seeing like sort of like characters like redone, not in a censorship way, but just sort of like a reimagining, and then you get a classic version of them as well. I'm not against that, not censorship though, right? But I am curious because, you know, it's Sub-Zero's one, it's coming in at Christmas time, you know, apart from obviously countries that like Australia, where, you know, we never see snow, at least in some, like, you know, you got to go to certain parts to see snow in winter, but we don't, as a general rule, ever get snow at all in Australia, at least for most of it. But particularly in other countries, especially America, you know, where the game's from, it could very well be that we may not just get another season, we could get a massive surprise. Now, the fact that they've got listed 7 out of 8 means that maybe, for some reason, because if you check other games, they always, 99% of the time, show, you know, 2 of 2, 3 of 3, 8 of 8, 20 of 20, 100 of 100. You know, one is purposely not there. Purposely not there. Now, if we look at what's being made available, obviously the one-time Dragon Pack, the Kombat Pack, which is obviously, you know, all the DLC characters and whatnot, the Cameo Unlock Pack, so you can unlock all the cameos instead of actually working through it, which is not hard. I wouldn't pay for this crap. Obviously, you get the free Dia de Muertos skin for Sub-Zero. And then you've got the pre-order character of Shang Tsung. You've got the story unlockable character of Havoc. So what they're doing is they've gone, okay, people that missed out on the pre-order, Shang Tsung included in the price, here he is. Right? Havoc. Which is interesting because I've unlocked him through the story. It should technically rule that out. Actually, let me just check something. No, see, it claims that I don't own it, even though in the game I have. Okay? Now, Havoc is unlocked by finishing the story. Right? Spoilers! It's not a big deal. Right? Okay? So they're going, okay, well, there's people out there who don't want to play through the story, so they can just have him straight away. Pay the $12, get him. Omni-Man is the first Kombat Pack character that they've released, and yet, he's a separate purchase. And there's also the Kombat Pack listed there, 7 of 8. What's the 8th one? What if, in the season of Sub-Zero, the chilly season, not only we get the new season, which obviously comes with all the seasonal crap, new Combat League crap, you know, grind, you know, we're also going to be getting Tremor in a couple of days, I think, at the very least. Then we have, so the seasonal stuff would have the Shrine, so have access to the Shrine. But what if, with Sub-Zero's seasonal release, and this is a huge stretch, this is giving them a lot of latitude, but this thing bugs me. This really bugs me. Why there's 7 of 8? Why don't they just make it 7 of 7? Why specifically? And it could be that there's a foundation for an unlockable character that we can earn in-game but also pay for it separately, just like Havoc. Right? Omni-Man you got to pay for with cash regardless. You either pay for the Combat Pack or you pay for him separately. But Havoc's different. Havoc I think is the key. Havoc, you can just finish the story. 4 hours of your life, bro. Right? And you get him. Don't even have to pay $12. But they put him in there because maybe they're thinking, okay, yeah, there's people out there just don't give a crap. They just want the character. Don't care about the story. All right, fine. Pay $12. You can get the character. Could be the same thing. We've got an empty dragon symbol on the box. On the character select screen. Now in 2 revisions, both in the first release and now with this season's release, with the DLC characters listed around. They've all got their own spot, but there's still a dragon symbol. Right? What's going on? Very interesting. Actually, I think in the first revision it wasn't dragon symbol, it was the outline, I think. But regardless, it makes it appear as like, yes, there's going to be a character here. You put a character like Noob Saibot front and center, that's going to be gigantic. That's massive. Like, that is huge. Okay? That is really, really big. Okay? That is a massive, like, you know, whoa. Because it's Noob, right? Front and center. But you obviously have the option to be able to buy them, but they don't list it naturally, or they don't even make a hint to it. But you bring in the season for Sub-Zero. Who does Sub-Zero become? Up until, you know, except for this new era, up until this point, who does he become? Becomes Noob Saibot. Bihan becomes Noob Saibot. Right? So, what if, as part of that invasion season, we actually see Sub-Zero as part of that either become Noob Saibot, or a Noob Saibot has been part of an invasion, or is here already, or whatever. Or Noob isn't Sub-Zero. It could be his father, which is also another rumor that's been going around for a while now too, is that their father, who is dead, is actually Noob Saibot. Sub-Zero and Scorpion's father is Noob Saibot, right? That will be a huge one. It'll be a massive one. You finish the invasions, and you don't just get the skin, right? You actually get, after you get the skin, you think it's over, And then suddenly, extra cutscene, something walks out of the shadows. It's the brand new Noob Saibot. You fight him, you beat him, you unlock him, and then you now have your character filling up that dragon symbol on the character select screen. And he'll probably be broken as shit like the rest of the game, but let's turn that frown upside down, yeah? So, what do you guys think? It's really interesting, isn't it? Why wouldn't you just have 7 of 7? Why 7 of 8? We got Sub-Zero's season dropping at Christmas time, which thematically adds up. We have that tie-in with, oh, what's going to happen with him? Well, Noob Saibot and things like that. Very well be that through the storytelling of Invasions, there is a noob present somehow, and then part of it, or maybe it's tied with a seasonal tower, you get to a certain level and you can actually fight and beat him. Or you have to, also going back to classic days, satisfy certain conditions in the Invasion season to then have access to being able to fight, beat him, and unlock him for the game. There's a whole lot of avenues here. But I want to know what you guys think, because this is really interesting. This is really, really interesting. Anyway, catch you next time.